Once upon a time, in a big, bustling city, lived a young princess named Amelia. Now, don't picture a girl in a frilly dress living in a castle. Amelia's castle was the tallest skyscraper in the city, and her kingdom was the vast business empire her father, the King of Commerce, had built. She had everything a girl could dream of: designer clothes, the latest gadgets, and a pony named Sparkles who lived in a penthouse stable. But despite all this, Amelia was lonely. Her father was always busy, and her friends were more interested in her credit card than her company. One morning, her father announced, "Amelia, darling, I've hired a new bodyguard for you. He'll be with you at all times." Amelia rolled her eyes. Another stuffy man in a suit, she thought. But when the door opened, she was surprised. Standing there was a young man named Leo. He wasn't much older than her, and instead of a stern frown, he had a warm, friendly smile. He wore a simple jacket, not a suit, and his eyes held a kind and steady gaze. Amelia's life, which had felt like a perfectly curated but boring Instagram feed, was about to get a major shakeup. Her first test for Leo was a trip to the mall. "Let's go to Glimmer and Gold," she declared, pointing to the most expensive jewelry store. She expected him to follow silently, like all the others. Instead, Leo said, "How about we check out that little bookstore across the street first? I heard they have a first edition of your favorite fantasy series." Amelia was stunned. How did he know her favorite series? No one had ever cared enough to ask. Reluctantly, she agreed. Inside the cozy bookstore, the smell of old paper and ink filled the air. Leo didn't just stand guard, he talked to her. He asked about the magical worlds she loved to read about, the dragons she wished she could fly. For the first time, Amelia felt seen. She forgot all about the shiny jewels at Glimmer and Gold. The next day, Amelia planned a lavish party by her rooftop pool. She invited all the cool kids, hoping to impress them. As the party got underway, with loud music and fancy snacks, Amelia noticed Leo standing quietly in a corner, watching not just for threats, but watching her. He saw how she tried too hard to fit in, laughing at jokes she didn't find funny and agreeing with opinions she didn't share. Suddenly, a gust of wind blew a stack of her precious party napkins into the pool. Everyone laughed. Amelia's cheeks burned with embarrassment. She was about to snap at someone when Leo calmly walked over. He didn't jump in or make a scene. He just knelt by the pool, looked at her, and said softly, "They're just napkins, Amelia. It's okay. A little mess just means people are having fun." His calm words were like a cool cloth on a hot day. He then started a game of who could scoop out the most napkins with the pool skimmer, turning an embarrassing moment into a fun, silly game. Soon, even Amelia was laughing, a real, genuine laugh this time. Leo started showing Amelia a different side of the city she thought she knew. He took her not to five-star restaurants, but to a small family-run noodle shop where the owner told stories of his travels. He showed her a hidden park in the middle of the city where an old man played beautiful melodies on a violin for anyone who would listen. He encouraged her to volunteer at an animal shelter. Amelia, who was once afraid to get her designer shoes dirty, found herself happily cleaning out puppy kennels and feeling a joy that no shopping spree had ever given her. One afternoon, they were at the park when Amelia's friends walked by. "Look, it's the princess playing in the dirt with her hired help," one of them sneered. In the past, a comment like that would have crushed Amelia. She would have run home, mortified. But this time, she stood up tall. She looked at her real friend Leo and then back at the group. "He's not just my bodyguard," she said, her voice clear and strong. "He's my friend, and I'd rather be here making a difference than anywhere else with people who only care about what I can buy them." The group was so surprised they just walked away, whispering among themselves. Amelia realized her life hadn't been turned upside down. It had been turned right side up. Leo hadn't just protected her from danger, he had protected her from her own loneliness and unhappiness. He showed her that true wealth isn't about how much you have, but how much you give. It's not about the fancy parties, but about the real connections you make. From that day on, Amelia's world was bigger and brighter. She still lived in the tall skyscraper, but her heart was now full of real treasures. The memory of a warm noodle soup, the sound of a street violin, the wagging tail of a rescued puppy, and most importantly, the gift of a true friend. She learned that the best bodyguards don't just protect your body, they help you find and protect your own heart. And that was a lesson more valuable than all the gold in her father's kingdom.